Yep, you seen the title in the thumbnail. We got steak on the menu today, specifically Cowboy Steak with some cowboy butter. Now I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do it in a cast iron skillet. Y'all ready? Get in your kitchen, let's go. All right guys, let's do a quick rundown of what we have right here. So these are our ingredients, but listen, most of this ingredients is for our cowboy butter because we're gonna only use 2 seasonings for our particular cowboy steak. So let's go ahead and do a roll call. Right here we have our cowboy steak. Guys, look at this beauty right here. And yes, this is a bone in. It doesn't, typically when you see a cowboy steak, the bone is hanging out, but here's the bone right here. So we do have a bone in cowboy steak. Right here, melted butter. Right here we have smoked salt. And I'm using a coffee crust rub right here for our steak. Now guys, you can use just regular salt and pepper, which is fine. But I like this coffee crust rub. I want to give it a different twist. And then you got that smoked salt. Oh man, the flavor is gonna be crazy. So that's all we're gonna use for our steak. Now, the rest of this stuff, man, is for our cowboy butter, which use that to dip that meat in, all right? So right here we have our lemon zest, some lemon juice. In this dish we have some black pepper, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, chili flakes, kosher salt, some fresh thyme, W sauce, minced garlic, spicy brown mustard, chopped cilantro, chopped green onions, chopped parsley, and some chopped onions. So these are the ingredients. Let's get to it. All right, we're gonna start off by preparing our cowboy butter, and we're just gonna take 85% of those ingredients and we're gonna dump them right here with our melted butter. So we're gonna take our black pepper, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, chili flakes, and salt. We're gonna add it here. Our lemon zest, our thyme, minced garlic, lemon juice, W sauce, green onions, fresh parsley, cilantro, our onions, and our spicy mustard. All we're gonna do now is get at a good mix just to combine. Oh man, take a look at that. Now we're just gonna cover this with some saran wrap, sit in the refrigerator, let those ingredients start talking to each other, let those flavors combine. And then once our steak's ready, we're gonna pull it out and we're gonna use that for some dipping sauce, all right? All right, so we're gonna start seasoning our steak. I'm gonna start off by adding some canola oil here to our steak. We're just gonna rub this down in this oil, and this kind of works as a binder. Flip that baby over, same thing here. All righty. Now we're gonna take some of our smoked salt. I'm gonna add it here. And guys, you could do this by, it's no particular amount. So just kind of gauge it with your eyes. It's totally up to you. Bring in some of that coffee rub. And you always want to get the size of that fat on the side. You always want to season that. Well, at least, let me not say always, because it's totally up to you. I don't like to tell people how to cook. I just like to give them guidelines and they can adjust how they see fit. Because everybody is different. All right. So now we're going to get that baby turned over. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. All right, guys, we got that baby purdy right there. We're gonna let this rest for about maybe like 15 minutes to let those seasonings penetrate that meat. And then we're gonna go ahead and heat up our pan and we're gonna jump right into it. All right, so we're about 10 minutes in. We're still allowing our steak to sit here for an additional 5 minutes. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna preheat our oven to 500 degrees, or just put it on the high setting. You wanna take your cast iron skillet, because that's what we're cooking this in. We're gonna sit it in the oven for 5 minutes. And once this 5 minutes up, that's when we're gonna bring it back out, drop it on that stove top, put some fire up on it, and then we're gonna start searing our steak, all right? All right, so now we're dealing with a hot pan, guys. We're gonna add a little vegetable oil. Guys, don't use olive oil. You need an oil that has a high smoke point. And we're gonna let that oil heat up. Once you start seeing a little of that smoke coming up from the pan, you know it's time to drop your steak in. All right, it looks like we're there. We're gonna go ahead and drop our steak in here. And we're gonna let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. We want that nice, crispy crust on both sides. All right, so we're gonna get these baby flipped over on the other side. That's what we're looking for, this nice sear on the top part. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. All right, guys, so we're about 3 minutes on that side too. So I'm gonna flip this baby up. And let's get that fat right there. I like to sear that fat too, so we're gonna let it sit here for a minute or so. All right, guys, so it looks like we are good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna stick it back in our oven for 9 minutes. We're gonna flip it over halfway through the cooking process. Remember, we're cooking this by temperature, not by time. So if the temperature comes first, then that's when we're done, all right? So let's get this in the oven. All right, so we're about 4.5 minutes in on that side. We're gonna flip this baby over. We're gonna stick it back in the oven and do another 4.5 minutes on this side. Let's check our temperature real quick. Our temperature now is at 99 degrees, all right? Fahrenheit inside, internal. So now that we've taken our steak out of the oven, we've done 9 minutes total. We're gonna finish it off here in our pan. We're gonna add some butter in here, a little garlic, do some rosemary here. And we're gonna get this baby finished off here in this pan. Right now we're around 120 degrees. Guys, take a look at it. We are there. It says in cooking. So we're gonna turn our fire off. We don't want this baby to cook a second more in this pan. Let me go ahead and get it out of our pan. We're gonna sit on our cutting board and let it rest, all right? That's why you gotta let it rest those 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, because see how that juice is just running through it. You know that baby juicy. So I'm just gonna move this steak before we cut it. I'm gonna move it here on this board here. I'm gonna clean this board off right here. So I gotta get a thumbnail. I don't want all that juice on the thumbnail, but we're gonna save that juice though. All right, I'll be right back. We're gonna try to cut this baby off the bone now that it's ready. Guys, and there you have it. How to cook a cowboy steak in a cast iron skillet. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and jump over to quality control because I'm ready to taste this baby out. Man, it's perfect temperature for me. Let's go. All right, guys, it's quality control time. This is the moment we all been waiting for. We're just gonna bring our, at least I've been waiting for it. Look at that. Let's go ahead and just take a bite of it. We got our cowboy butter sauce here too. We're gonna take a bite of it first. You can tell that's gentle. So I didn't even have to pull. Man. Let's put this cowboy butter sauce on. Man, I want it down. Oh man. Guys, the most important thing about cooking a steak is making sure you cook to temperature, not time. Temperature is perfect. Steak came out perfect, and we used our Inkbird barbecue thermometer. I'm gonna leave a link to that in the video description because you want that, man. So until then, y'all already know who I am. All wings, everything, and remember, him not a chef, him just cook a lot. And I'm out. Peace.